Raiden is back and she is better than ever. So let me sit down and tell you why this homicidal electro mommy deserves to be on your account. What's going on, guys? It's Legend here once again. This time at you again with some more Genshin Impact. This time I want to talk to you guys about Raiden Shogun. Raiden is, I mean, what can I say? She's great, right? And she's always been great, but not everybody believed that. But let me sit here, let me tell you guys about why she's such a great pick. Because in my opinion, I think at C2, I think she's the best character in the game. And at C0, she is top 3, right? She is top 3. I want to sit down and tell you why you should be getting her, because we have a lot of characters coming along the way. For those of you who might have looked at a couple dreams and such, you know that there's some big hitters coming next patch. We've had new characters with Wander. We have Ayato running right alongside her. So there's a lot of decisions to be made, and I'm here to tell you why Raiden sits above all of them when it comes to who you should pick. The thing is with Raiden is that one thing you need to understand, right? There still might be some naysayers, and that's because in her initial release, like, she actually had a pretty controversial release. People thought that she was bad. People were saying that she needed to be buffed. People were saying that, you know, people were pretty upset that she didn't work with Beto, right? And people kind of just took that too far and just made us feel like the whole character was bad, you know? Which wasn't the case, and it really was not a big deal that she didn't work with Beto, but everybody was pretty pissed off about it. It really wasn't a big deal. They didn't match up that well anyway, but that's a whole nother conversation, right? But people were saying she needed to be buffed. They're saying that she needed this and she needed that. And, well, I can't imagine a world where the Hoyoverse actually decided to buff Raiden. But as you know, the Genshin community can be pretty bad when it comes to judging a character before they're released. So, you know, it comes with that, you know, it comes with the community there. But that's the thing, right? But soon we ended up finding out how good she really was because of how flexible she is. One of the main reasons why I feel that she's one of the top characters in the game, one of the best characters in the game, one is how flexible she is, right? Because you can put her on so many teams. You got Raiden National, you got Hyper Raiden, you got Raiden Ye, you got you can put her with just random other carries that might need some energy recharge, you know. Put her with Eula, you know. Eula's phenomenal with Raiden. I love doing that, you know. It's great, you know. They work real well together. She gives constant electro application. Her E is very easily 100% uptime. And the thing with her E is that it powers up characters' bursts, which I think people might have forgotten that. She does buff characters' bursts as well as acquire energy for the team while she's on the field, dealing lots of damage. And also she deals lots of damage. So she can work as a main carrier sub DPS or just a straight up support, right? But with the release of Dendo, she's gotten even more flexible, right? Because a lot of people might have heard already, but she works really well with Dendo in terms of Hyper Bloom, right? Because of her E and has that constant, that 100% uptime, it makes her the best character to use for Hyper Bloom teams, right? After Kuki. So I think she's better than Kuki when it comes to Hyper Bloom teams. But so I think she's absolutely phenomenal in that sense, right? Me personally, I actually really fought against the Hyper Bloom build because I felt that, you know, building, you know, giving her a Dragon's Bane and building her with full EM was a travesty, and I thought it was heinous activity, sacrilegious, if you could say, you know. I didn't want to use her. I didn't want to change her build. I always like keeping her doing as much damage as possible. But eventually, you know, I gave in specifically because I wanted to fully review her properly. And it's really good. It's really good. I do believe if you have C2 Raiden, that just having her be the carry is, you know, is going to work out better. But the simple fact is that she has that extra flexibility. She can do Dendo teams very, very well, you know. When it comes to her aggravate, it's okay. I would prefer that instead of, you know, trying to have her aggravate, I'd say just sticking her with Kazu and Ben is better. You can do aggravate with her if you like, you know. So she's really good in many of these situations. So that's that. I mean, what's really better when it comes to that, using her main kit or Hyper Bloom, I mean, honestly, it really just comes down to what's more fun for you, honestly, because at C0, I say they do perform pretty similarly. It depends on who you have. Do you have Yai Miko to pair with her? Do you have a C6 Sara, so on and so forth? But if you don't, then you might as well just use her Hyper Bloom teams, right? Or Raiden National. So when it comes to that, right? She's just unbelievably flexible. She has so many different options. She adds so much to your account when it comes to this, more than most of other characters. The only characters that can really compete with how much they bring to your account are characters like Kazuha, characters like Bennett, a character like Nahida, you know? I think those are only characters that can really compete with her and how well she is, you know? I mean, me personally, I put Yelan up there too, but that's me personally, because my Yelan, yeah, I love Yelan. She's my second favorite character in the game. But yeah, that's the thing when it comes to that, right? But I'll talk about Yelan at a different time, maybe soon. But that's the thing with that. I just really wanted to just praise Raiden to the high heavens, let people know that out of all the characters that are coming in the future, whether it's next patch or now or the patch after that, this one right here, she's the #1 pick, all right? Granted, as I said before in the previous video, it's whatever you want to do, whatever is most fun for you. If you actually generally do not like Raiden, it's okay. You don't have to get her, you know? Is it a stupid decision to not get her? Yes, it is. But that's okay. That's okay. You know, the game is about having fun. If you prefer to go for Al Haytham, who I think is going to be good, I do want to talk about him in a video by itself. If you want to get, you know, whoever's coming next, maybe Utao could be coming. If you want to get Ayato instead, you know, Ayato isn't a bad pick or anything like that. Feel free to do that, because you can make teams around that. Once you make teams around that character, then the character's going to do just fine. If you could already be the best, then it doesn't really matter anymore, right? But if you're struggling to be the best and you want to find the most surefire way to do it, there you go, right there. Get her, learn how to use her, and you're good to go, okay? Now, some people, one thing I do want to address quickly too, some people might wonder, okay, well, I already have Raiden. I have her at C0. You have it with the catch. What should I go for? Should I go for Constellations for C2? Because everybody talks about C2. Should I go for C1? Or should I go for her weapon? I say C2 first before anything, right? I say if you only have enough for C1, don't worry about it. Just save for the next character, right? If you do not have enough to get to C2, do not spend your Primo Gems and save it for whatever future character you want. If you have enough Primo Gems for C2, get C2. If you have enough Primo Gems for the weapon, get C2, all right? I'd say get C2, and then after you have C2, then get the weapon, all right? If you can't afford to do all that, then that's my order of operations right there. So C1 is irrelevant. Don't worry about C1. Get C2 if you can. And then if you can get C2, then get her weapon, right? If you can't make it to one of those things, then just, yeah, be safe for next character. But that's just kind of advice I want to give when it comes to Raiden. You know, let me know what you guys think. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree? What are your own takes on Raiden? A lot of you have Raiden and have your own opinions on it. So let me know what you guys think. Is there anything that combats with what I said, or you agree with what I said? You know, I want to see it. I want to hear it. Like the video if you like the content, and subscribe to the channel to get more content like this. Helps me out. I'm on the road to 1,000. It would really, really help me out. If you guys, you know, just show me some love. You know, if you like the content, just subscribe. All right. And with that, I'll end it here. Legend out.